stop using foul baiting for lazy defense.
Before we get off of OKC, I do want to talk about something that was brought up last week, and it was the conversation of flopping.
Okay.
I want you just to listen to Michael Wilbon real quick.
Oh, Michael Wilbon. Okay.
Just depends on whether they win. Winning covers all this stuff.
Yeah.
The deodorant that covers all stink is winning. And if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes back to back and he's on deck and he enters next season as a two-time champion and two-time MVP, guess what? There'll be kids out in the playground learning how to flop.
Oh, no.
Listen.
Please, no.
You know what, Alan?
Please, no.
People may not.
Jay's leaving. Jay's leaving.
Jay, but you guys know I'm
Bye.
right. Just depends on whether they win. Winning covers all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I also want to listen to Adam Silver when it comes to flopping. He was on Pat McAfee show. This is what he had to say.
How about the flopping? Flopping. Big conversation, Mr. Commissioner.
So, yeah, it's been a conversation. I would only say that there's a difference between selling a call, exaggeration, and a true flop, which is where you're actually fooling the referees. I think sometimes, even as I sit in the stands at games, players may be falling down, players may be reacting to a call, but then to me, if they're not fooling the referees, it's like, okay, that's like the players are taught to sell calls these days. I mean, can officiating get bad? Can officiating get better? Of course. We're always working on that. Can officials get fooled occasionally? We're always looking at that as well. But the officiating is incredible. I will also add one other piece to it, because I know there's always controversy around certain calls. There's one you were talking about on your show earlier today. And I think in terms of replay, I think we're going to get to the point fairly quickly where, for example, out of bounds, the very play that you were talking about.
Chet Holmgren's foot, it's big deal.
Yeah. And I think where, just like, if you're a tennis fan and they have what they call Hawkeye, and it's like the animation, and you quickly see, where the line was and the oohs and ahs of the crowd, it touched the line or it was out of bounds. We're going to move to a system like that where that whole category of calls will be automatic.
So what Adam Silver is basically saying is that, flopping exists. We've accepted it. The way to rectify it, it's nasty, but they're going to implement some AI system that's going to help automate the calls when it comes to flopping, the reversals, and everything like that.
You can't bring in AI to tell if somebody's flopping or not. Maybe out of bounds plays where a foot is on the line. Yeah, okay, that is realistic. Makes sense, because I think people think referees are computers, right? And they're not watching the game itself. I think that they think referees are just sitting here, just looking at feet and legs and arms, and they're watching the game as it's going, moving. He steps out of bounds. I'm trying to look to see if he pushed somebody. Like, their eyes is all over the place. So yes, they're gonna miss little things. Of course they are, right? They're gonna miss this out of bounds. They're gonna miss, this. That's the human nature of the game. But let's not get it twisted. You do not want a referee calling every foul that's in the rule book. Because I can tell you this, fans, Shai is not going to have to flop if they called every foul. That means, and I want you to think about this. You go back and look at a game. Every time a player does this motion, that will be considered a foul. That's a foul. If I get ready to take off drive, human nature says, stop them with your hands first. So if you look at every single play, when someone gets to driving, they always do this first to try to slow down the momentum. That's a foul. Then they want to move their feet. They don't move their feet first. Grabbing is always a foul first. On a rebound, think about Wemby, Chet, they're holding each other first, grabbing first. Where's he at? I want to hook him first. There would be 125 goddamn fouls. There wouldn't be nobody on this bench if a referee called every foul that they saw. which means if you're only calling 10 to 20% of a foul, naturally, if I'm driving and you're holding on to me and then I gotta grab your arm and do one of these and sell the call that you're not wanting to call, right? I bump you, you're gonna run into me, and then I'm gonna use that momentum to hit me to foul. I'm smarter than you. Stop using foul baiting for lazy defense. Have you not considered that some of these guys are just lazy, overly aggressive, thinking they can bully people, and they get outsmarted? Foul baiters are more like foxes. No matter if you're a tiger, I'm smarter than you. I'm putting you in positions to compromise your lazy behavior. How many first team defenders, guards, complained about flopping?
Oh, zero. Yeah.
So the elite defenders don't have this problem. Don't you have a defender over there, Dyson?
Yeah.
He don't have this problem, right? He understands the element because he's a great defender. He understands principle. He understands what this guy's trying to do. Kawhi never complained about this. Even the Paul Georges when he was in his elite form defensively, right? Caruso's a great defender, right? So when you're talking about the guys who, like the two twins, have they complained about flopping? Has Detroit Pistons as a group complained about flopping? They're playing the same teams. They're playing the same players. Because they understand, okay, Shea wants to do this. He's gonna bump me. He's waiting for me to bump him back. So when he goes to bump, I might pull a chair on him. He does, like, everyone has these moves, but the people who complain, the people who get caught the most, are guys who just not very good at defense themselves, and they get caught, right? I know you like to reach, all right? So I'm gonna flash a ball in front of you. You're gonna reach. I'm gonna pull up, right? Okay, this guy's very over-aggressive. So I'm gonna come off this pick. He likes to fight through. Look, think about it. He likes to fight through. He likes to hedge through. All right, I'm gonna open this space. And this is fucking Jamal Crawford, right? He's taught to fight through this. All right, I'm gonna open this space and come back, right? I'm gonna let him through and I'm gonna snatch back, boom. And then I'm gonna stop, because when he comes back, he's gonna run into me. So I'm gonna go, open it up, he fights through, I'm gonna pull back, he's gonna slide, I'm gonna stop him right here, foul, 3. I'm getting 3 shots. Do you think he led in 4-point shots made 4 on accident? No, they're planned, because he knows how lazy defenders play defense.
So this is where I think that I'm a little confused, not by what you said, but like on the commentary side from like a Michael Wilbon. So he was like, if Shea wins, it's going to teach kids around the world that flopping is the way to win games. But then in the same breath, if we're talking about, I don't know, a new up-and-coming prospect, they criticize his ability to draw fouls. Like, yeah, you know, AJ, and I'm just saying AJ, I haven't looked at the numbers, but just because, you know, we got the interview out. Yeah, AJ's a good player, but he can't draw fouls. Well, isn't that manipulating the defense, especially the defensive players who are weaker? How can you have it both ways, Gil? I don't understand that.
They're just talking. And that's the problem sometimes with them. They just fucking talk, right? If you can't, the difference between the elite and just an all-star is the ability to draw fouls. Drawing fouls is a skill. Usually 2-foot jumpers who only jump off 2, they can't jump off 1, they only jump off 2, usually aren't great at foul drawing, because everything they do is they're fading away from contact. They don't want to be hit, right? You remember there's a time where he don't want to be hit, guys, right? That was frowned upon. That, oh, don't worry about him. He's going to shy away from contact because he doesn't want to get hit. Now people who want to get hit, that understands how to get hit, that becomes a problem. Pick your argument. The Michael Jordans, great at getting fouled. Kobe, great at getting fouled. Shaq, you had to try to figure out how to keep him off the free throw line, right? LeBron, foul, the great scorers of every generation understands fouling. If I can get you into foul trouble, that means what? Your raw defense is irrelevant. All this grabbing and holding behind, yeah, you can get away with it until I get you 2 fouls. Now what are you gonna do? Now play in my world. You got 2 fouls. You can't get your third. Now let's see where all your aggression goes.
You know what?
Have you noticed the best defenders in history? They only foul what, 2.5 a game? Your Scottie Pippins, you're all there. That means you're not getting fouls on them because they understand human behavior from their side of it. Like, so if you want to say someone like Castle will be considered a bad defender because he doesn't know how to play defense without fouling right now. He has all the metrics of being a great defender, but he doesn't know how to play defense without committing fouls. Right now, it's all aggression, in your face, rah, and he gets a lot of fouls because of it. He's gonna turn into an elite defender once he starts understanding how to play defense without fouling. That's the difference between elite and, like, so if you go with somebody like Gary Payton, right? 2.5, like he averaged 2.4 for his career. When he wasn't on the all defensive team, he was averaging 3. His most fouls, he wasn't 3, and 3. And then from there, once he got those 2, because you stay on the floor more, right? So you know what I mean? It's a craftsman of great defenders and it's a craftsman of offensive players. And stop changing it for bad defensive players. Like, I don't want to hear from regular ass studio analysts or bad defensive players about flopping. When I hear the elite defenders complain, the ones who are making these teams, the ones who pride themselves on defense, those are the only people that actually matter. The ones who have to play against every single, like this play, like the Twins, I gotta go play against James Harden, I gotta guard Luka, I gotta guard LeBron, if Austin Reeves is playing, I gotta guard him in the same match, right? Then I gotta go guard Shea, then I gotta go guard goddamn Brunson, then K, like I gotta play so many different types of styles of play. Let me hear that person talk about flopping or not. I don't want to hear from people who play defense like me. I'm gonna just be honest. If I'm out there, you catching me, and I got my hand in the cookie jar, goddamn, ref, that's me, that's my complaint. They flopping too much. Because now you got too many fouls on me. Now I gotta sit down. Because I don't want to play defense the right way. Like even Wemby was out there trying to flop. Nobody cares. What was there flopping when Shea was making buckets? Like you're trying to pretend that his points are flops.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying when he does flop, he gets out of his game, but when he doesn't, like he's a perfectly fine player. They say Game 7 was his best game because he didn't go for flops.
So if he's flopping and it hurts him, why are you complaining? Why are we trying to pretend that the flopping is helping him if it's hurting him?
If he flops,
if
the
the ref is only going to call 10-15% of the fouls that's going on, which means everyone who's guarded him is playing rough basketball and they're trying to bully, then selling some of these calls is in his nature. Just like Wemby. You complain that Wemby's not getting enough fouls. Because what? We can physically see holding, pulling, punching, doing all of this, and he's not calling it. And he's getting beat up. The minute he starts, boom, falling, and he's getting his fouls, now they got to stop that behavior. Play regular basketball. Play me regular defense. And that's what he had to start doing. flopping some of these calls so they can call these fouls. Now these guys have to play regular defense. Offensive players are getting smarter. They're smarter than the average defenders, just like the great defenders are smarter than the average offensive player. That's just how it is. It's always been that way.
One thing that I
You
did.
hate OKC. Just say you hate the dude.
Yeah.
Like just say that. Everything that's done came out of OKC, you kind of like, I don't know what it is, but you didn't like Russell triple-double. You use stat patent on a stat that involves hustling. Like, I want you to really think about the complaints you people complain about. Stat patent rebounding, which is a hustle, meaning it's one person versus the other 9 going after this, meaning defense and offense. We all have the ability to go after it, and you're mad that I'm doing it too much. I'm padding my stats. My guys are boxing out too good for me to go get it. Maybe that's our style. Hey, box out Wimby instead of, think about what I'm trying to say here. Instead of, you got to remember, you have Chet and who? Hargenstein, right? Instead of fighting a 7'6" guy for rebounds, put a body on him, box him out, everybody else go get it. You ever thought about that? Adam, box your guy out, no extra possessions, go in there and go get it. Let's secure that ball, get into our guard's hand as fast as possible so we can start our break. That becomes patent the stats. You know, scorers pat their stats with scoring. Y'all used to call it ball hogging. yeah, y'all use ball hogging. Instead of saying patting, it was called ball hogging. If I'm trying to, lead the league in scoring, instead of making it swing, fucker, I'm shooting it. Patting my offensive stats. Rebounders, right? I want to lead the league in rebounding. Patting my stats. Blocking. Patting stats. I will go for every fucking pump fake and every chance to block a shot. I'll give up so many offensive rebounds trying to block this shot because I want to win this title. Assist leaders. I'm going to overly pass, which is not a bad thing if you're a scoring guard and you want your guard to pass. But I'm going to have wide open layups and wide open situations to make a pass so I can get the extra assists. Coaches, I want my resume to look so great, I'm going to jeopardize any and every player and every chance of going far in the playoffs to make sure my regular season looks great. Because I want to pad my win totals, right? It's basketball. It's the sport. Would you say Tom Brady is padding his stat because he wants to pass the ball so much? Like, what is y'all problems with OKC? You did it to Russ. You did it to KD. You're doing it to Shea. Like, hey, can we get a memo? Can I get a bulletin memo? Just say we don't like OKC. Because I don't know what it is. I really don't.
And that's okay.
The narratives is destroying legacies over there. I don't know what it is, man. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Why y'all couldn't do this when they was playing when the Lakers was playing? Why y'all couldn't with them when the Lakers was playing? Y'all should have been running these narratives so those Lakers could have moved on.
Yeah. I found it funny that they said this about basketball specifically. Maybe it's because I don't like when they talk bad about the sport. But I did find some funny stuff on the internet. I went and looked at other sports to see if they have a flopping problem. And guess what, Gil? They do.
Every sport.
I want to show you this.
Soccer.
This is indoor squash.
Indoor squash. Okay.
I know that sounds crazy, but this is indoor squash.
Easy, gentlemen. Easy, gentlemen. Easy. No need to push.
Steinman needs to be very, very careful here.
No more aggressive behavior like that.
Can. Oh, that's a nice finish.
Wow.
Some ridiculous retrievals, but look at the response from Steinman.
All right.
Oh,
Now, you see how he gets in his way and he makes it seem like he can't get around him?
Yes, I know the sport.
This is the flop.
Yeah.
Flop right there. Go to another one. To the point where it ends up in a body slam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flop. Let's go to barely a wealth soccer.
Which is a lot.
Catches him in the back. Falls down to the ground.
That's the type of stuff that's embarrassing. When players
Gets carded for that. This is soccer again.
Yeah.
It's in every single sport.
Yeah, you could go football, receivers trying to get the pass interference penalty, right? It's in like, and even in football, they can get a pass interference damn near every time they throw the ball, right? Because there's so much contact there, right? So sometimes when they get it, it's more of the flopping in. But there, you trying to catch the ball too, but sometimes you're gonna flop if you can get that, right? To get upfield, right? So it's in every sport. But only basketball, for some reason, gets picked on. You know, can you tell me something?
Go ahead.
Is there any sports announcer or sports analyst that is ultra famous that didn't talk basketball? That didn't get fame from basketball? Do you know any?
Not basketball?
Just Michael Irvin?
No.
Is that it? I'm trying to figure out how many, huh?
Is Michael Irvin the example? Wow, that would be cool.
I'm trying to figure out like Michael, like when I'm thinking about like up there, top tier, where you're talking about, you know, some of the elite guys that's known, how many didn't do, because it seems like for some reason, like a lot of fame does come from basketball takes when it comes in sports.
Not as a solo act. I don't think I could name a person as a solo act that got famous from not talking about basketball.
Because it seems like, and the reason I said is because here you can individually point out a person, so you get to get a figure. Versus other sports, it's a team thing, right? It's more team oriented, where you mostly attack the team versus the player. Here you can sit here and angle out a player himself every single day if you want to. So I can be famous just liking or not liking one player, right? So moving forward, we can see, okay, Wemby's gonna be this. So I can make or break a career, or not even make a career just being on the good side of Wemby or the bad side of Wemby. I can be a Wemby hater, even though he's gonna win 5 championships or whatever the fuck he's gonna win, what he's gonna get just being healthy. You're gonna make a name for yourself being against him, saying how weak he is and doing that and just go over the top, or you can be for it and glaze him the whole time. You're gonna win either way, right? And you don't have nothing to do with the Spurs. I don't know how many other sports you can do that to. So it seems like, you know, some of these guys that are known are sitting there poking for no reason. You're poking at something that's just been in the game, like from Michael Jordan to everybody, right? You know, back then it was whenever we went to the lane, it wasn't called flopping then. It was called, right? You go in there and you just screen for no reason as an offensive player, right? Do this. You slap yourself to sound to make it seem like the office or the defense slapped you. Right? You go in there and you slap your own wrist and right? You did that, right? There's so many different things that got put into the game, right? And it's all the same to me. You're getting fouled trying to play strong, getting fouled, you're getting fouled. Right? We don't need your expertise because it's not expertise. It's just opinion. And I don't need your opinion about flopping or not flopping when we have experts. The players themselves. And I don't want players that play defense like me. I want the elite. Right? The elite players, right? Let them make that argument. I don't want to hear an analyst that never played the sport talk about this thing because you don't like the look of it. Because if I listen to you today and then last year and 3 years from now, you are going to contradict yourself because you're in the moment, rolling with a tide. And that's all it is. You're rolling with a tide in the narrative. That's all it's always been. You hear a topic, someone puts it out there, and you guys just roll with it. If flopping was that easy, everybody would do it. And when Ginobili, was doing it, and I mean Tim Duncan wasn't doing it, but you got your hand caught in the cookie jar, right? He puts the ball out like this, and then you put your hand out, and then boom, that's a flop. Right? When players put their foot out and then they get hit and they fall on the floor, you're like, that's a flop too. In a sense of it. So just watch, enjoy the beautiful game that these boys is presenting you. Okay? Stop changing the game because you're ruining careers in real life. These people aren't getting a fair shake of their name because you want to put a narrative around their skill level. A guard averaged a triple-double 4 seasons. And when you mention his name, it's never thought about in a positive way. And that sucks. Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double 4 seasons. That means every great that you put on a pedestal, that you said could do it, didn't do it. They didn't have the motor, they didn't have the energy, they didn't have the will to do that. He did, and you knocked him for it. It's just as impressive as Jokic getting it. It's impressive. It's impressive. Everything someone is doing that puts them in this small category is impressive, people. Stop letting passengers on the plane tell you what you're seeing. If you haven't noticed that. Remember, an analyst who didn't play is a flight attendant. Right? Max Kellerman corrected me. He don't want to be a stewardess. He wants to be a flight attendant, right? A flight attendant, meaning he gets to talk to the pilot, but they never went to pilot school, right? They don't know what's going behind that door. Remember, the door is a door. They got to knock on it, and the pilot, hey, what you need? What's going on out there? And then they can speak through a little thing, but they got the same view you got, right? They're in the same bunker you got, right? They just got a little bit, hey, put your seatbelt on. You get the thing. You get to ask, hey, put your seatbelt on, get a little peanuts, but you got the same view. Y'all both can look out the window, left and right. They're just telling you, hey. We got a little bit of turbulence going on. It's going to be going on for another 5 minutes. Everybody put your seatbelt on. You know there's fucking turbulence, you feel it. Put your fucking seatbelt on. Like, what are you telling me? Huh? I know what I'm seeing out here. I got the goddamn same view as you. We both watching the same goddamn TV. I know what I'm seeing, but I'm listening. You tell me what I'm seeing. Hey, guys, they're flopping. He's a ball hog. He ain't passing it. And you be like, oh, yeah, he ain't passing it. You was just cheering him. You got the goddamn Brunson jersey on. That's your favorite player. Who gives a shit if he passing it? His teammates ain't complaining. And if they are complaining, they're on the bench. Who cares? Stop messing up this great game we got going on.